In the whirlwind of daily life, we often forget something profound. That this dimension, this very reality we inhabit, is not just a place of survival or random happenings. It is, in its essence, a school. A school where the lessons are not always evident and the subjects are not always what we expect. We might look at the challenges we face, the heartache, the struggles, the failures, and think of them as obstacles, as signs of misfortune or bad luck. But what if these were not random at all? What if, instead of being victims of circumstance, we are students of an infinitely wise system, each challenge carefully placed to teach us something essential about ourselves? When we begin to look at life from this perspective, a transformation occurs. The sense of powerlessness we often feel when we believe that the world is too large, too chaotic, and too overwhelming dissipates. The truth is, nothing in this dimension is arbitrary. Every experience is a part of our curriculum, a lesson designed to help us realize who we truly are. And in this process, the most profound revelation is that we are not merely participants in a random series of events, but active creators and learners within the vast school of existence. Every moment, every situation is a test of our awareness. This world, with all its beauty and confusion, offers us a singular opportunity. The opportunity to grow, to expand, and to understand. But growth does not happen by simply drifting along. It requires awareness, effort, and above all, the willingness to learn from every circumstance, every encounter, and every challenge. The very idea that we are here to realize who we are suggests that we are not yet fully aware of our true nature. That beneath the layers of conditioning, distraction, and worldly noise, there exists a deeper identity, one that is in harmony with the cosmos itself. The question then arises, what does it mean to realize who we truly are? In this school of life, the answer is not simple. It is a journey, not a destination. It is an ongoing process of peeling away the false layers of ego, fear, and limitation. It is about stripping away the masks we wear, the roles we play, and the false identities we have adopted over time. These layers may have been necessary for survival in the world of duality, but they no longer serve us on the path of self-realization. When we begin to see the world as a school, we begin to understand that every experience, whether joyous or painful, is part of the curriculum designed to awaken us to our highest potential. These lessons may not always be easy to understand. They may seem like setbacks or struggles, but in reality, they are the exercises that help us expand, refine, and embody the very essence of who we are meant to be. Consider for a moment that the challenges you face in your life right now, whether personal, professional, or spiritual, are not random accidents. These are lessons carefully designed to provoke growth. They are the tests that allow you to discover your resilience, your strength, and your capacity for change. They are invitations to awaken to a higher level of awareness, to step beyond the limited perspective of the ego, and embrace the infinite potential within you. The beauty of this realization is that it shifts our perception of life from a series of disconnected events to a grand, interconnected design. Everything, every person, every situation, every moment is part of the lesson plan for our soul's evolution. And when we embrace this perspective, we begin to see the world not as a chaotic, unpredictable place, but as a vast, intricate system of learning, where every experience has its purpose. Yet this shift in perspective is not always easy. The ego, with its attachments to comfort and certainty, resists the idea that life is a school. The ego wants to control, to predict, to avoid discomfort, believes that the purpose of life is to avoid pain and seek pleasure, to secure safety and control. But as we grow and evolve, we begin to understand that the path to self-realization often requires stepping into the unknown, embracing uncertainty and letting go of the need to control every outcome. This journey of self-realization is not a path of mere knowledge. It is a path of awakening. It is about tuning into the whispers of wisdom that come from within, the subtle nudges of your higher self that guide you toward the truth of your existence. It is a call to embrace the divine intelligence that flows through everything, to recognize that this dimension is not just a physical space, but a vast field of learning and evolution, where the soul is constantly growing and evolving. But how do we begin this process of awakening? The first step is to question the beliefs that we have held for so long. The beliefs that were shaped by external influences, by society, by family, by culture. These beliefs often create a false sense. They limit us, trap us in narrow definitions of success, happiness, and fulfillment. To realize who we are is to step outside these constraints, to free ourselves from the limitations imposed by others, and to reconnect with the deeper truth that resides within us. It is important to remember that this journey is not a solitary one. We are all students in this grand school of existence, and we are all learning from one another. Every encounter, every relationship is an opportunity for growth. The people who enter our lives, whether they bring joy or pain, are also part of our curriculum. They are our teachers, helping us to discover new aspects of ourselves, challenging us to confront our fears, our insecurities, and our limitations. As we engage with others, we are called to practice the art of compassion. Compassion is not just a virtue, it is a necessary tool for our spiritual development. To realize who we are, we must recognize that the essence of who we are is not separate from others. We are all interconnected, all part of the same cosmic tapestry. And as we cultivate compassion for others, we also cultivate compassion for ourselves. We learn to forgive, to release the grip of past hurts, and to embrace the present moment with love and understanding. Fear, however, often plays a central role in this process. Fear is a force that can cloud our perception of who we are, causing us to doubt ourselves, to hesitate, to hold back. We fear failure, we fear rejection, we fear the unknown. But what if fear is merely a teacher in disguise? What if it is the very force that pushes us to confront the deepest parts of ourselves, to challenge our limits, and to step into the unknown with courage and faith? Fear is not the enemy, but a guide. It calls us to step outside of our comfort zones and into the vast realm of possibilities that exist when we align ourselves with the greater purpose of our soul's journey. When we begin to see fear as a teacher, we realize that we are not here to hide from life, but to engage with it fully. To truly realize who we are is to live with intention, to make choices that reflect our highest values, and to seek wisdom in every experience. It is to understand that this dimension is a school, and we are here to learn, evolve, and awaken to the truth of who we are. Not as separate individuals, but as integral parts of a grand cosmic plan. The real journey begins when we recognize that we are not here to simply survive. We are here to thrive, And thriving does not mean accumulating wealth, status, or possessions. True thriving means realizing the divine potential that resides within each of us. It means recognizing that we are not just students in this school of life. We are also the teachers. Through our experiences, our choices, and our growth, we become living examples of what it means to evolve, to awaken, and to become fully aligned with the truth of who we are. So what does it mean to realize who you are? It means acknowledging that you are a student in the grandest of schools, a school that offers infinite lessons and opportunities for growth. It means stepping into your true power as a creator, a learner, and a being of infinite potential. It means embracing your journey with all its ups and downs, knowing that each step you take brings you closer to the truth of who you are. And in this journey, we are not alone. We are all students in the same school, all learning and growing together. As we awaken to the lessons of this dimension, we align ourselves with the greater truth of existence. And in doing so, we help to create a world that is in harmony with the universal laws that govern all life. This is the ultimate purpose of our existence: to realize who we truly are and to live in alignment with that truth, creating a harmonious and awakened world for all.